I'm going to talk about the new Necrostorm film, Suite 313. I was an enormous fan of Hotel Inferno. I just thought it was the best shit. It's shot in first person. I've loved pretty much every film I've seen that's shot in first person. You have Hotel Inferno, Hardcore Henry, Maniac. I love those films. There was recently another one that's on Amazon Prime right now called You're Not Alone, I think, if I remember correctly. And that was really bad. And it kind of pissed me off because it had tainted that, perfect record that first person movies had for me. I really like the scene in Doom when it goes to the first person for about a minute or two, and that was the first time I'd ever seen that done in a film. As a big video gamer myself, I was like, man, if only they made a whole movie like that. And then, if you haven't seen Hardcore Henry, Hotel Inferno, the Maniac remake with Elijah Wood, those are all great. It's very loosely a remake of Maniac. The really only thing is like he's a mannequin dude, but because it's really just it's not a whole lot like it, but it is excellent. So I had Suite 313 pre-ordered for a while. I actually crowdfunded, not a bunch, but I crowdfunded Hotel Inferno 2. So I'm heavily looking forward to that sequel. I'm really looking forward to seeing my name in the credits. I don't know why I'm so excited to see my name in the credits, but I'm so excited for that. So I had Suite 313 pre-ordered just purely off of my love for, Necrostorm, who had also done like Adam Chaplin and Tater City, stuff like that. And so, yeah, I just threw it in. I pre-ordered it to help them out, to support them because they're a good team. And, it's shipped out on the 13th and didn't get here till today. So it was like almost 3 weeks for the shipping, which I just thought was ridiculous because I really, really wanted to watch this movie. It got here, everyone went to bed, it was time to throw it on. And here I put it on and I didn't like it. I didn't like it almost at all. I'm shocked at how bad I thought it was. There might be people out there who just think it's awesome and love it or whatever. I was bored. I was bored during a Necrostorm film. I can't believe it. That is like the one thing that you're not during a Necrostorm film. A lot of the bad of the film is typical Necrostorm stuff. The dialogue is horrible. Now, I don't know if that's just because the dialogue is terrible or because it's an Italian film. Maybe the translation is bad because I'm not sure if these films are filmed in Italian and then they have someone dub it in English for their United States releases. But whatever it is, the dialogue is horrendous in every one I've seen. So I'm pretty used to that by now. And as I said, Hotel Inferno was like my favorite horror movie of 2014, I think was the year it came out. Oh man, I was in love with that film. And this looked like basically the same thing. Now, this one is actually shot in third person view. Like, like a video game as well, but like Gears of War or something like that, where you see the character just in front of the camera. So you see it from the guy, you basically see the back of his helmet and just the top of his back, pretty much 99% of the movie. So it's done in third person, which I've never seen before. So when I was doing it, I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm a big Gears of War fan, and this could be really effective. You know, the good about it is that the atmosphere, the tone, just like usual in these Necrostorm films, is that it's very, very unsettling. Just kind of the whole thing feels like you're in an insane asylum. Like it's there's this very uneven tone throughout all their movies. You'd have to see them to understand what I'm talking about, but They have this specific tone. Every one of them has the exact same feel to them. So at least they got that going on. That remains here. The music is cool. I liked that. I like the score. And then the main thing, which is usually the seal or for because Necrostorm is all about their gore. It's a gore company. Gore, 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 gore. More gore, please. And some of it's good. Some of it's good. None that were great. None that were like, oh shit, that looked, that was so cool, or that was such an inventive kill, or, that was fun, or that was different, or it was all right. I mean, the gore was okay. The movie was 1 hour long. 1 hour. You would think making a 1 hour long movie, you could cut out all the boringness. Like, there's plenty of films where I see it, and 30 minutes of it is basically just them walking around and not doing anything, and then there's a lot of shit going on in the rest, and it's like, man, if you just cut that out. But fuck, man, you'd have to cut this movie down to 20 minutes for it to be, cut the fat, cut the things. The guy's just walking around corridors. The set is so small. The first half of the movie is in basically almost a studio apartment. It's one bedroom, but it's so small. It's so cramped, tight little hallways, which you would think would give it kind of like a claustrophobic feeling, which it kind of has, but not really. There's just so much stupid shit that's going on in the movie. Now, I usually try to forgive any kind of plot detail, and this movie has no fucking plot. A cop is sent in, or a soldier, I think it's like a cop, basically, who's sent in to investigate this 911 call, and he goes up there, and he's instructed to do it with just a flashlight and his riot gear, so he's wearing a helmet. Kind of reminds me, that part reminds me of the Outlast games. If you haven't played those are really good, and all you get in that game is basically just to walk around and hide and try not to get killed. You can't fight back. You can't, you're just basically observing the surroundings and running and trying to survive. You can't hit, you can't do shit. You can just walk around. So if you ever haven't played those games, there's 3 of them now. You can get them on Xbox 360 or Xbox One and PC and a bunch of different ones. They have the whole trilogy out now. That's really, really good. I keep trying to throw in things that I like. Hotel Inferno, Hardcore Henry, Outlast, Gears of War. I'm throwing in all these things I like because I'm so bummed at how much I didn't like this movie. When I'm taking my notes here, I'm writing across the thing, I'm bored. I can't believe it. My handwriting's really awful there because I'm just I was like fucking caveman fisting, oh, I'm bored. Can't believe it. Fuck, man. I was so bored. He's walking around doing nothing for a whole long time. There's and there's stuff that's just laughable in the movie. I mean, I get that it's low budget and stuff, and I'm not going to pick on stuff that didn't work, but it's these guys close a steel door. Kind of reminds me of, Texas Chainsaw Massacre scene with Leatherface closing that steel door. And when when they show the door, the guy's looking, it's clearly a fucking regular door wrapped in tinfoil. That was silly. I mean, don't get me wrong. As I said, it's low budget, so I'll forgive it. But that kind of made me laugh. One of the main villains straight up sounded like Darth Vader. He didn't talk. It's just it was. I'm apt to believe they fucking stole the audio from Star Wars. It's so exactly the same. I'm a hardcore fucking Star Wars fanatic. I know Darth Vader's breathing, and that was Darth Vader's breathing, man. I swear they sampled it or whatever they call that. I call it fucking thieving, but there's a lot of CGI bullshit in this movie. A lot of CGI blood. There's some in Hotel Inferno and Adam Chaplin and stuff but I don't know. It didn't affect me. It didn't piss me off. It didn't take me out of it. It didn't annoy me. It didn't, like, I don't know. It worked for the most part. In this, almost every bit of CGI, like, they black out a lot of eyes, and there's ghosts that are done, and loads of the blood is CGI, and the transition shots when they're, like, going from, like, camera 1 to camera 2, and they're trying to pretend that they're doing this sweep in and out. It's using, like, CGI smoke to blend it, and it just looks so bad. Even for their films, which is, as I said, it's low budget, but fuck. You know, in the dialogue, I said this before, but fuck, man. He, like, kept telling the girl was trying to help him to go fuck herself, but then asking for her help 2 seconds later, and then kind of, it was all over the place. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else I could say about it. I'm just fucking bummed. I'm just bummed with this movie. I think that for Necrostorm, this was a total misstep. Because now I'm like, shit, man. Like, it's got me worried about Hotel Inferno 2. I hope it's done, you know, by different people and this isn't whatever. But, man, this bummed me the fuck out. I'm hesitant. I'm still heavily looking forward to Hotel Inferno 2. But I honestly can say that I didn't know anything about this film. I saw it was Necrostorm, so I just pre-ordered it. Good. I won't do that again. Outside of Hotel Inferno 2, whatever other releases they got coming up, until I see reviews, until I whatever, I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to fucking throw another $20 and wait 3 weeks for it to get here and for it to suck like this. I mean, honestly, like, for what I don't know, I don't think it's an expectation thing that this is why this sucked. I just don't think it's good. Like, there's good things in it, don't get me wrong. You could take pieces of it and, like, cut a trailer together or edit it all down into, like, a 5-10 minute long piece, and people would be like, what are you talking about? That looks so cool. I'd love to see the rest. And it's like, no, you wouldn't, because the rest is just him walking around doing nothing, and there's no tension being built. There's no anything. It's just bad dialogue, a guy walking around in a small, tight space, and some fucking cheesy, normal kills that aren't very inventive. And then they kind of throw, you know, some gross out stuff like buckets of blood or like pans of blood that are on a stovetop and like what looks like a face in a toilet, and like, just, I don't know, like, I'm okay with the gross out, and I've watched every gross out movie there is, and I am not offended by gore. I love it. It seemed so stupid here. It didn't work at all. I'm bummed. So if you're a Necrostorm fan, I mean, fuck, maybe you'll love it, and I'm just an idiot, but I did not care for it. All right, bye.